Coach Chapin here, and yet again, I'm not in my kitchen. I'm at a very special guest's house, and I'm cooking them a meal. If you would like to be the next person to be featured on Coach Chapin's Kitchen, comment down below of why you deserve to dine with me. Okay, today we're taking it back to something that every person that meal preps should own, a crock pot. This is the most basic one they make. It has on, off, or on, low and high. And it's a slow cooker. You could use a rice cooker. You can use a lot of things. They're getting fancier and fancier, but this is the simplest one. I think they're like 20 bucks. And we're gonna do one of my favorite meals of all time. It's really cost effective, and you can make a hodgepodge of whatever you have. So today, and these are things that I generally say keep in your house, because you can add these into whether it's beef, chicken, lamb, whatever kind of protein you want to use. These make for a great additive. So 1 can of coconut milk, and you want to make sure that it's unsweetened. You'll see that right there. And then I have a can of red curry paste. I will link the curry down below. And by clicking those links, you help support Coach Chapin's Kitchen. So I'm going to open this, and this is really a step that some of you might not take, but it's really helpful. I'm going to take this and put this in a bowl. Man, it smells great. And I'm going to mix the coconut milk with the curry powder, and that's going to be our base. So as you see, not real fancy. This is stuff that all of you could or should have if you're an adult. I'm just going to pour it. I don't want to cut myself. That would make for an interesting video. Alright, now I'm just going to use a fork, and we're just mixing it up, and as you can see, it will go from white to a pinkish red. And man, I wish you guys could smell it. It's great. And other than adding a little salt and pepper, this is the base. So this creamy goodness, I don't know if you can see this, kind of moving. It's thick, it's delicious. I don't like to use the light coconut milk. I like the full body of this. So I'm gonna pour that into here and let that kind of be the base, because I'm gonna need that to put some other stuff in. So I'm gonna add whatever leftover ingredients I have in my kitchen. I really like broccoli, so I'm gonna put that in. Now I'm gonna put these in, and you can kind of put it in whatever order. I personally sometimes will use frozen broccoli and cauliflower and add that in later, and it just lets it kind of add into the texture and creaminess. So we'll put that in. But first, I want to show you guys a little trick for cutting sweet potatoes. You might be asking yourself, how am I going to cut this sweet potato? It's rolling. It took me about 30 years of my life, so maybe 15 years of my cooking life, to realize if you just cut off a small piece, that now we can cut this a lot easier. So we just, remember, you can use whatever you want. You could use rice in place of sweet potatoes, but we're just gonna kind of chunk this up. And remember, this is gonna dissolve, so you don't want it to be too small. And just quarter this, right? Throw that in. So quarter it. And do you guys like to see me cut things up? Because that was kind of some debate. I cut up the rest of the ingredients, and I didn't know if you guys really wanted to watch that. So this is 2 medium-sized sweet potatoes, skin on. I'm leaving the skin on. And then I have 1 red pepper, about 4 large mushrooms, and then like a head of broccoli. And we're gonna put that in. And then what's really makes this even more economical, for me, you can use any meat. You could use steak, you could use chicken breast, but I'm going to use chicken thighs. So this is just obviously still working on that Costco sponsorship. I'm going to cut this open. This is a fattier meat, but a lot of people underappreciate the chicken thigh, but I think it's great for barbecue, and especially really like it for curry. So I'm just going to pour this in here, and then we're going to trim up some of the fat, and then we'll check back in. So in this crock pot, this comes out. You see I have the chicken. There's a bunch of fat, and as this cooks down, all the moisture is going to go out, and it's going to just mix and marinate and cook very slowly, and all the deliciousness of all of these things are going to combine, and they're going to make this unbelievable concoction. It's really hard to mess this up. So I know it seems overwhelming and maybe outside of your comfort zone, and maybe some new flavors and combination of flavors that you're not used to, but I encourage you to try this. And as always, we're going to come back in and see what it looks like in a couple hours. It's probably going to take 4 hours to cook, 4 to 6 hours depending on your crock pot. But we're going to come back and we're going to look at that and show you firsthand how great it is. All right, so I actually had to let this go overnight. And look, we'll see this delicious goodness. I didn't add the broccoli yet because I ran out of room, but as you can see, this cooked all down. And you can add rice. Like I said, put this over rice in a bowl. I'm going to partition it off, and it's going to give me food for about 5 meals. So guys, remember, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions. And as always, if you want to purchase any of the things that you saw in this recipe, click the links below. It helps us out. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.